One blade, one swing. That's all it took to end a war. While 1,000 cheap swords shattered in a single night, one old man's blade didn't even chip. He spent 10 years making just one. Everyone called him a fool, until the fire came for all of them. In the land of the rising sun, a terrifying greed took root within a peaceful valley. Local daimyo lords demanded endless weapons for their brutal, oncoming wars, and the blacksmiths saw a path to quick, heavy silver. They abandoned the ancient, sacred techniques of folding steel. Focusing only on volume and speed, they churned out hundreds of cheap, fragile Japanese katanas, rushing them through the fire to meet the instant demand, ignoring the craftsmanship. Within months, these blacksmiths were rich. They traded grimy cotton aprons for fine silk robes, celebrating their cleverness and mocking the slow, traditional masters. They believed they had mastered the market, but they had only mastered the shortcut. But at the quiet edge of the forest, in a dark, isolated forge, one solitary master refused to cut corners. While the entire valley churned out 1,000 blades, he dedicated his entire existence to perfecting just one. He knew that true perfection cannot be rushed, and he was willing to trade the immediate rewards of the present for an unbreakable foundation in the future. He understood that patience was his greatest weapon. This was not a weapon, it was his life's work. For 10 grueling years, he used the authentic Japanese method. He heated, hammered, and folded the heavy black steel thousands upon thousands of times, pushing the iron into a state of absolute, unbreakable purity. 10 years of poverty. 10 years of repetitive, grueling, invisible work that the crowd would never appreciate. The entire valley looked at his empty hands and laughed at his stubbornness. The wealthy smiths often visited his humble shed, pointing their fingers and laughing at his madness. They called him a fool for living in poverty while they accumulated fortunes. They told him his ancient methods were dead. The master paid them no mind. He understood that raw energy without structure is just temporary fragility. He simply knelt in the dark silence, performing the sacred ritual of the final polish until the blade was so sharp it could cut a single strand of silk floating on the wind. In the 11th year, reality crashed through the fog. The great test arrived not with laughter, but with blood. A terrifying, massive invading army, a tidal wave of heavy iron intent on burning the valley to ash, appeared from the mountains. Panic consumed the valley. Local samurai and conscripts rushed to defend their homes, desperately grabbing the thousands of cheap, hastily made Japanese swords. They thought their vast numbers of weapons would save them. But when the blade struck the thick, foreign shields, the truth of the shortcut was revealed with a horrifying sound. The fragile iron snapped instantly into useless, jagged fragments. Thousands of men were left holding only hilts against an unstoppable force. The invaders were unstoppable. The valley that valued speed over substance began to burn. The arrogant blacksmiths fell to their knees in total despair, watching their fortunes turn to ash because they had failed to build a true foundation. As the village fell, the heavy doors of the solitary forge slowly opened. The solitary master stepped into the cold, rainy night, holding his single, perfected katana. It didn't gleam with gold, it radiated a cold, impossible dark purity. The massive commander of the invaders, a towering giant covered in thick, interlocking iron plates, saw the lone old man. He roared with laughter, raising his brutal battle axe to crush the foolish, unarmed old man. The master did not panic. Moving with the perfect, supernatural calm of a man who had mastered both his mind and his craft, he stepped inside the massive swing. A single, flawless arc of folded light cut through the smoke. He swung but once. The flawless, perfectly folded Japanese katana did not snap. It did not chip. It sliced cleanly and effortlessly through the commander's thick iron armor as if it were made of soft paper.
In our modern world, we are obsessed with quantity, speed, and immediate results. We churn out cheap, average effort and call it success. We rush the process because we think the outcome is what matters. But you cannot cheat the fire. The formula for unstoppable success is simple. Determination plus extreme patience. Stop chasing the fast harvest. Stop demanding instant rewards. Fold your steel in the dark silence, build an unshakable foundation, and let the giant exhaust itself. Control the rhythm. This is new birth. Control your rhythm, master your craft, and let your foundation weather the storm. Stop waiting for perfect tools and become the perfect tool.